Let's see if we can pry the cover off.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Aha.
That's it.
So yeah, obviously, like, because you know,
Yeah, it's a corroded mess
it would be a
and
bit tedious to
some of the
fucking
connections have been broken, but it's not getting any
to just like do the same puzzle each time. So remember that the last place we had like the plates, and this one, oh, it's corroded, so you have to basically rejig it, rewire it. Yeah, which is what we do.
Let's see if we can get something flowing from this broken conduit on the floor.
Isn't that handy?
Conduit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Process.
Isn't that handy just to have like electricity just like running through the floor?
Taps, ducts, and
Conduits. Yeah.
What?
OG Monday Madness.
Oh yeah.
Right, okay.
Year one shit that was.
Did we ever get better than that? And I'm not in the video, so I can say that.
I don't know. I think Ripper was our peak.
Oh god.
Actually, I'm trying to think now, right? Because like we've been doing this for 8 years now, and ooh, jeez, if I had to rank all of our playthroughs now, that would be I'd be picking between my children there a little bit. I must do that one of these days and see.
Yeah.
Because Beneath Steel Sky, I think, was the perfect mix of like, well, didn't say it's welcome, but it was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, we have had before, like, the end of year madness.
Some of those sessions have been fucking hilarious, like.
Remember we did the awards during COVID?
Yeah.
Yes.
Madness Awards.
That was good fun. The Crash playthrough is in my mind still. For someone inspiring James to play better by playing Enya in the room, like that shouldn't have worked. One Girl in 3 was a good playthrough actually. If we're going for some more modern post-COVID.
Sorry,
madness.
but I remember there was one of the Crash playthroughs that we did that got marked as not canon because Burkbot had a fit.
Oh yes,
Just drop.
the tournament that never happened.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's on the channel, so it didn't happen. Yeah.
I have to say one of my favourite ones, even though I did terrible at it.
Ooh, new.
Yes, new area people.
The Corey game.
Oh, normality.
Normality.
Bro.
I feel like that broke me so much. It has to be a good one. That has to be a good listen for someone who wants to hear a mental breakdown recorded.
I think the game was just so shit. It's very hard to judge it. It's like it's such an anticlimax at the start, middle, and end. Like, how does a game have 3 anticlimaxes in one? Like, it's so fucking impressive. Like, we are at some stage in the coming few months, we are doing our worst games list, and that will feature on that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm trying to think like that. There's been so many over the years. Like, some of the Apollo Cthulhu's have been objectively fucking funny because it's great to just seeing his fucking head loss sometimes, just being so confused. The Metal Gear playthroughs are always good fun too because we're all objectively shit at it. Anyway.
Last Nightmare. Ooh.
Oh, Last Nightmare is not a bad one too. We've done that a few times. Game Dev Tycoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Let's Ruins. Yeah.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
We never did Roller Coaster
Like
Tycoon.
the theme park one.
We did Theme Park, yeah. We did Team Hospital and Theme Park. We never did Roller Coaster Tycoon. That was always on the cards, and we just never got to it. Maybe one year we'll resurrect the Let's Ruin. So, here's your clue to what this spire actually is. Right. So obviously this has been overgrown. This is one of the more decomposed and deteriorated places. But we have four icons, and we have all rods of all those shapes. So, before Boston gets to it, can you hazard a guess what this spire is?
Portal?
You're close. You're very, very close.
A lighthouse? No. Interesting.
So we put in.
Amazing map system.
Okay.
There you go. It's the map.
Okay.
It's a map area. So when we enter in the code from the rod, it'll basically show us where we're going in the world. So I think that was that was our first one, which I think is the museum spire. So it shows us there. So what that came up there in the little cloud was where the Leo Pleurodon comes from.
Yeah.
So that's where that was. So now we're gonna push in the other one and see where that leads us. So it's basically just giving us a little view of like where what it is we're looking at essentially, and who knows, we might find something interesting there, something we didn't know.
Yeah.
So, did you notice anything unusual there?
So there is more to that crypt than at first.
The light is coming in through the sunroof.
Yes, that is one thing, but did you notice the floor?
Oh.
No, sorry.
The triangle was gone,
Oh, okay.
Ah.
and it was empty, which means the triangle is an elevator.
Oh, okay.
So that crypt actually goes down somewhere.
Interesting. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So basically, if you
So there is.
so once we figure out a way to keep the pressure sensor on, we can then try and
use that
activate.
elevator,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just for pig iron here. I'm using
Checking
the
out all
other
the
checking out the
other-
other ones. Yeah. Because I think there is possibly another one that we find tidbits out of, or I think we might use it later on to try and find where Brink is hiding. So, just kind of establishing where.
He's hiding. We've seen him multiple times.
Yeah, he does go. He goes for a few wanders over the game. Again, I'm not sure whether the whole point of the design was that initially, you know how we Boston was meant to be the survival guy, and was trying to basically keep everyone fed. I can't remember from reading that whether he was also intended to basically wrangle Brink when he goes crazy. I can't recall. So that's, if you remember, that's where the little possum went into the
Yes.
cave. So we know about that area already. So then all that's left then is the spire we're in now, which is the what's called the map spire.
Okay.
Yep. And obviously, naturally, it probably is going to just show this room, but there are other things on the spire than just this little portal here. So, this spire is essentially like the display in a shopping center going, McDonald's is on this floor,
Yeah.
KFC is on this floor, GameStop is dead. And yeah, so we haven't seen that area yet. So wherever that may end up. And yeah, literally, if you just go through some of these other doors, you'll probably find it.
Yeah.
But I think that actual thing it was showing was where the Lightbridge is,
Okay.
as far as I know. Sometimes, obviously because it's so kind of like floaty, it's kind of hard to make out sometimes. So, but it should be there anyway. It's fair to say the map area is not meant to look this overgrown. It's just, again, dead civilization for about 10,000 years. The planet's taken over to what seems to be some sort of caviar plant.
Oh, we got another Lightbridge.
We have indeed.
Another broken light bridge.
I'd say probably the Lightbridge thing is probably the most repetitive part of the game.
Yeah.
Outside of anything else. At least and the doors, just basically opening every spire is the bread and butter of the game.
Yeah.
And then everything else then is and pretty much every area has one really, really good puzzle in it that kind of that stumps you.
Another broken light bridge. It still doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
Must be something wrong inside the control panel.
Yeah.
Ah, so there's something extra to this one.
Yes, there is, and there's the panel. So
this is what's in the guts of these.
we have to rewire this one.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Do we avoid all the colours? Do we have to hit all of the things?
what's your initial thoughts? Now, unfortunately, James, you can't answer this one because all this looks the same. But Burtball, you'll be taking lead on this puzzle. How do you think this works?
We've got to hit all of the crystals?
Yeah.
We
Or
do.
do we have to hit all of the white crystals and avoid the colour ones? My first choice would be, or my first thought would be to hit all of them.
What do you notice about the streams of light?
So singular coming from the colour. Oh, almost. Oh. There. Oh, we need the green and the other one to match up. Or no?
You're needing. So, I thought the same way as well. I thought it was just simply to have them all
Lit.
be lit,
Yeah.
but that's not enough.
Something wrong inside the control control panel.
Do they all
I think
have to
down
have
at the
multiple
bottom,
lines?
with
for
what
it?
you'd done, the light was flickering weird for the bottom section in what was just looked at. Like that source, the bottom one.
Yeah. So it's flickering probably because from like it's a different. Some of them are different colors. So to give you a clue, prisms. What's the thing about prisms?
It splits up the light or
Into-
recombines it into white.
If at first
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
succeed,
So it does both of those jobs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if you notice back when
We need to get all the red light and green,
it still doesn't work.
red, blue, and green light to hit the
Something
white
wrong
prisms.
inside the control
oh, you're so close. Flip it.
White prisms
Or the
hit
white
on.
light into the red light into the red crystal. blue
He's
light
got
into
it.
the blue
Yeah.
By Jove, he's got it. Yes. So that's
I
that.
can't even see colour.
But you get the concept of color. Yeah. So James got it basically. You're going to use the prisms to scatter the light into its separate colors,
Must be
and
something
then
wrong inside
rotate the
control
prisms so that the green light hits the green crystal, red hits the red, and blue hits the blue.
Yeah.
And it's a very simple. It looks simpler than it is simpler than it looks. It's just that you do have to get through the initial like concept of like flipping everything around to where it should be. And that's why, like, so I think the initial prism scatters the light into its colors,
Yeah.
and then you basically bounce the rest of the scattered light over to the other prisms.
Let's go the other way.
So yeah, exactly. So I think Past Me has got there a little bit too later than we did in the room, because
Another broken
again,
light.
it's one of those ones where like
Still doesn't
it
work.
looks obvious
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you kind of
Something
figure it
wrong
out.
inside the control panel.
And bear in mind, this is just to actually just fix to bring light
Yeah.
back into it. You still have to rearrange the
The lens after that.
lens after that. Yeah.
There we go.
That crow is laughing at us. They
Rightly
you mock me
so.
with your cause.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive for someone who never took a class in alien physics.
Woohoo!
There you go. And yep, that's to fix it. So again, you can tell that every Lightbridge seems to have like an extra layer of like.
Yeah.
It's like if you have to learn it. Oh, you've turned the lens 3 times and didn't work. Well, you're gonna have to fix it now this time.
Another broken light bridge.
And yeah,
So now it's just adjust the lens.
pretty much yeah.
If at first you don't succeed,
I do like that. Like it's a very very small thing, and it's often overlooked sometimes in these puzzles.
another
But the fact that the dialogue does actually change to reflect that you've made progress in it,
Yeah.
because a lot of games can be lazy and they just keep the same
Oh
dialogue
yeah, it's going
lines.
to be a basic. If you're not done yet,
Mm.
you have a list of 3 things that can be said.
Woohoo.
That's it. Whereas this game has the kind of the awareness to go, okay, if we don't change how we say these things, the gamer will think that they haven't got anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you see it with Sierra games, not because it's a cheap way of doing things. It is just like they expect you to get the entire solution by yourself. Whereas LucasArts, to their credit, they kind of hold your hand a little bit,
Yeah.
and they try and
Just
ease
the
you
right
into it.
amount.
Yeah. Like, especially with a game like this is quite a... As LucasArts games goes, this is quite a technical game. Like, there are a lot of puzzles here. I think one game that, again, is a possibility for a sequel to this, since there wasn't a sequel officially, is Myst. Not done by LucasArts, but you are just basically on the island by yourself, with loads of puzzles to do.
that should hold it.
Oh.
And there you go.
How did that work? How did
Uh,
that physics work?
I, as far as I know, it's actually just like it's
Wedged.
it's wedged the rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, how do we get this triangle to work? So the one thing then, so obviously with the map spire showing us these different locations,
Is there something
what the whole thing
disturbing?
to indicate was that it wasn't live. Essentially, it was showing you what the locations
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
There's
So-
something smooth under the dirt.
Uh,
Lens. Light must pass through it down into.
And there we go.
Hey! Oh shit!
Indeed.
It's a statue. What if we give it one of them life stones?
Perhaps. Is it a...
I worry this statue is life size.
So that is actually the first instance... Oh.
I hope I don't get kicked out for destroying the exhibit.
And it dissolved in sand.
Ooh.
Although
Now that I know
there's
what
not
I'm
even
looking
any...
for, maybe I can get this slab out of the way.
Oh.
And down we go.
I hope the people aren't, or the alien species isn't orb shaped. Everyone will just fall off the elevator.
Well, if the statue is in the gold light, that is what they're meant to look like. Just like almost like kind of like almost bird-like.
Yeah.
Almost. I have to say, like it was a very small thing, but when the actual the sprite being able to stay on a 3D plane, it kind of blows my mind a little bit, because you're always told, I think especially in the early days of 3D, like if you ever notice with the Doom, like the reason the Doom guy you never see his feet, you never see his legs, is because the characters physically cannot land on the surface. I learned this from watching the videos. So you remember actually when we talked about normality recently.
Yeah.
You remember when we're playing normality,
Yeah.
and because it's on the Doom engine, right? So it's not a shooter; it's a point-and-click thing. So a lot more cutscenes. You ever notice this kind of weird thing where like their feet would always keep rubbing
Yes.
off the surface,
Yeah.
and keep almost sliding?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a collision. So
Okay.
so basically, they're basically, it's not actually, they're not actually on the floor. They're hovering
You're
over it.
hovering it, yeah.
So it's just, that's basically the only way of getting around it.
Oh, hello.
Shit.
That was a life crystal.
Yeah.
That is a dog. That is a
Hello,
guard
doggo.
dog.
Oh, now suddenly we've got guard dogs. Where did he come from anyway?
So, how are we going to get past this creature?
He just
Give him a
rose
bone.
up out of a pile of bones near the door.
It's a very good idea.
Crystal fell from the wall. Not a bad system of keeping guard dogs around.
So yeah, the guard dog just dies off.
Yeah.
You can just basically just resurrect it with a crystal dispenser. So in essence, these dogs can never die.
So you just reincarnate another dog for the crack?
Yes, because what have we established? What have we established from Brink? His personality has changed.
Yeah.
He's not as pleasant,
It's the ugly twin.
which means
They'll fight each other.
they'll fight each other.
Oh.
Yeah,
That worked out rather well.
to the extent where like the crystal dispenser is basically been covered over on the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's how it's worked out.
I can't get it open.
Oh hey, but look at this.
The light crystal fell
What's
from
this
the
little?
spot and resurrected that guardian creature.
Now you can't quite make it out there graphically, but I think it looks like it's a set of 4. So there's one rod we haven't used yet,
Yeah.
and that was the first one that we got, the golden one.
Mhm.
I love the boss just kind of admiring his handiwork, like, "Aw, killed 2 dogs today.
Poor dog.
It's 2 more than yesterday."
But
The
hey.
door evaporated when the engraving touched the slot. This is the engraving we found in the shipwreck. The one the first ghost gave us. This must be where the ghost wanted us to come all along.